I'm going to start you off with some little funny attorney witness statements that I was reading earlier today. And then I've got to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Apparently so. Apparently so. So, the attorney says, what was the first thing your husband said to you that morning? And the witness replied, where am I, Kathy? And he said, and just why did that upset you? And she goes, because my name's Susan.
Okay, that's a good one. That'll get you in trouble.
So the attorney asks the witness, are you sexually active? And the witness says, no, I just lie there.
Just like your mother.
Oh, that's bad.
So the attorney asks this witness, how old is your son, the one that's still living with you? And he goes, oh, I don't know. He's 38 or 35. I can't remember which. And how long has he lived with you? Which goes 45 years.
Okay.
Attorney says, this myasthenia gravis, I don't know if I'm saying that right, does it affect your memory at all? Witness goes, yes. Attorney says, and in what ways does it affect your memory? And the witness goes, I forget. And he asks, can you give me an example of something you have forgotten? So the attorney is addressing the doctor. He says, doctor, is it true that when a person dies in his sleep, he doesn't know about it until the next morning? The witness looks at him, says, did you actually pass your bar exam? So the next question is, the youngest son, the 20-year-old, how old is he? So witnesses, he's 20, much like your IQ. So the attorney says, she has 3 children, is that right? The witness says, yes. He said, well, how many of those were boys? The witness says, none. And the attorney says, well, were there any girls? And the witness goes, Your Honour, I think I need a different attorney. Can I get a new attorney? So the attorney says, how was your first marriage terminated? The witness said, by death. And the attorney says, and by whose death was it terminated? So the attorney's talking to another doctor. He says, do you recall the time that you examined the body? And the witness says the autopsy started around 8:30 p.m. And Mr. Denton, he was dead at the time? If not, he was by the time I finished. And right, the next one, he says, doctor, before you perform the autopsy, did you check for a pulse? Witness says, no. He said, did you check for blood pressure? Witness says, no. He said, what did you check he was breathing? The witness goes, no. So the attorney says, well then, is it possible that the patient was actually alive when you began the autopsy? So the witness says, no. He said, well, how can you be so sure? He said, well, his brain was sitting in a jar on my desk. So the attorney goes, I see. But could the patient still have been alive nevertheless? So it says, yes, it's entirely possible, and he could still be practicing law. Okay, on a different subject now. This is a joke. A man and his wife have been stranded on a desert island for many years. The morning following a bad storm, a new guy washes up on the shore. The new guy and the wife are very attracted to each other right away, but realise that certain protocols will have to be observed. The husband, oblivious to the pheromones floating all around, is very glad to see the second man here. This is wonderful, he says. Now we'll be able to have 3 people doing 8-hour shifts instead of 2 with 12. The new man is only too happy to help, and in fact, volunteers to do the first shift. He climbs up the tall tower and stands watch, scanning the ocean horizon for any ships. Soon, the husband and wife start placing stones in a circle in order to make a fire. The new man yells down, "Hey, no screwing!" They look at each other and yell back, "We're not screwing." A few minutes later, they start to put driftwood into the stone circle. Again, the man yells down, "Hey, I told you, no screwing!" Again, they yell back, "We're not screwing." Later, they are putting palm leaves on the roof of the shack to patch the leaks. Once again, the new man yells down from high above, "Hey, I said no screwing." And they yell back, "And we said we're not screwing." Finally, the shift is over and the new man climbs down from the tower and the husband starts to climb up. By the time he gets halfway up, his wife and the new man are already screwing their brains out. Once at the top, the husband turns around and looks down and says to himself, "Son of a gun, from up here, it does look like they're screwing." And this is my final one. A husband wrote the following letter to his wife and left it on the dining room table. "To my dear wife, you will surely understand that I have certain needs that you, being 54 years old, can no longer satisfy. I am very happy with you and I value you as a good wife. Therefore, after reading this letter, I hope you will not wrongly interpret the fact that I will be spending the evening with my 18-year-old secretary at the Comfort Inn. Please don't be upset. I shall be back home before midnight." When the man came home late that night, he found the following letter on the dining room table. "To my dear husband, I received your letter and thank you for your honesty. About my being 54 years old, I would like to take this opportunity to remind you that you are also 54 years old. As you know, I am a math teacher at our local college. I would like to inform you that while you're at the Comfort Inn, I will be at the Hotel Fiesta with Michael, one of my students, who is also the assistant tennis coach. He is young, virile, and like your secretary, he is 18 years old. As a successful businessman with an excellent knowledge of math, you will understand that we are in the same situation, although with one small difference. 18 goes into 54 a lot more times than 54 goes into 18. I will not be home until sometime tomorrow." And that's my lot for the evening. Hey!